Hello students, last day we have discussed on array, basic concepts of array, that what are arrays, what are the concepts of arrays related with memory, and how do we recognize different variables stored in an array. Means actually array is collection of variables. So what are the names of variables and how do we recognize them with using indexing. And on behalf of all these concepts, we have also seen a program that write a program to store all the even numbers from 1 to 100 in an array and print them. Okay, now today we'll see some more programs on behalf of these basic concepts. So our next program is write a program to store all the prime numbers from 1 to 100 in an array and print them. This time we have to store all the prime numbers from 1 to 100 in an array and then we have to print them. Okay, so first of all, here we have to think what should be the size of array. So actually, in the last class I told you that size of array should be considered with maximum possibility. So what is the maximum possibility of prime numbers between 1 and 100? Obviously 100. यानी 1 to 100 के बीच मैक्सिमम कितने प्राइम नंबर्स हो सकते हैं? तो 100 हो सकते हैं. तो हम साइज को क्या कंसीडर करेंगे? 100 कंसीडर करेंगे. ओके, सो डिक्लेयर एन array int arr equal to new int. Here we have to give the size. Now for 1 to 100 you have to declare a variable int I to run the loop and j to check the prime numbers. After that I told you that after declaring all the variables you have to declare one more variable for indexing of array. So this time I am going to declare k and that must be initialized with 0 because arrays always start with 0. Now start the loop for 1 to 100 for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 100 and I plus plus. Now check prime numbers for j equal to 2, j less than I and j plus plus. If I modulus j equal to 0, break. Okay, now if j equal to I, now here comes a question that if j equal to I, if j is equal to I, you have already studied in class 9 that if j equal to I, then I will be the prime number, and this time as you get the prime number you have to store this value in the array. So I am going to store arr. First prime number will be stored at 0th position and 0 is stored in k, so arr k equal to I, and after that increment the value of indexing because next number will be at the next position, so k plus plus. Now close. Clear? After completion of this loop you will get all the prime numbers in the array. It means all the prime numbers will be stored in the array. Now you have to print the array. So before printing you have to think, you will have to know that how many prime numbers have been stored, and along with this you will have to know that what should be the position of last prime number in the array. Last prime number, because it's not compulsory that if you have declared with size 100 so all the 100 positions will be filled up. It's not compulsory. It may be possible that there are only 20 prime numbers from 1 to 100, there are 50 prime numbers between 1 and 100, so you have to think that what should be the last position, because up to only that position you can print. Okay now, so here if the last prime number is stored at some position, some value of k, then definitely its value will be incremented with k plus plus. So to print the values for I equal to 0, printing will be started with 0, I equal to 0, I less than k and I plus plus. Less than k because the value of k has been incremented after storing the last value. Clear? So I less than k, system dot out dot println arr I. Clear? So this is this type of problem. Now next we have to know, let us see one more program. Write a program to print sum of all the factors of a number, sum of all the factors of a number using array. What you have to do in this program, actually first of all you have to get all the factors, and all these factors will be stored in an array. Clear? And after storing the values, after storing the factors, in the next loop you have to run the loop for according to the array and then find the sum. Okay, so first of all declare the array int arr equal to new int. What should be the array size of array? As according to the number. Suppose if you are going to find the sum of factors of 6, then maximum size should be 6. So let us suppose that we are going to find the sum of factors of a 2-digit number. So let us suppose the size of array is 100. I am not going to find the sum of factors above 100, so maximum size 100. Now declare some variables, I for the number, j for the factor, sum equal to 0 as we have to find the sum, and then 1 for the indexing k equal to 0. Now 2 lines for the input. Here you have to take input using buffer reader. System.out.print, enter a number, and I equal to integer.parseInt br.readline. Now we have got the number, and of this number we have to find the factors. So for factors, run the loop with j equal to 1, j less than equal to I, and j plus plus. Check factors if I modulus j equal to 0. As you get the factors, you have to store in the array arr k equal to j. Because j will be the factor, the divisor becomes the factor. Here divisor is j because you are dividing I by j, so j will be the divisor and this will be the factor, and this factor is to be stored in array and increment for the indexing. After that, after completion of this loop, you have got all the factors in the array. Now you have to find the sum. So run another loop for I equal to, I has a number, so again use j. Why do you use the previous variables? Actually, after completion of this loop, the work of j is complete. No use of j, so we are reusing the variable. So j equal to 0 and j less than k. While j less than k, because after storing the last factor, the value of k will be incremented, that's why less than k, and then j plus plus. Find the sum equal to sum plus arr k. After completion of this loop, you will get the sum of all the factors. Now print the value system.out.println sum of factors equal to plus sum. In this way, you can use the array to store the data. Actually, array is called temporary database. Array is also called temporary database because array stores the data till the program is running. As you come out of the program, as you come out of the software, all the data from the array will be lost. Everything will be washed out. Clear? So array is also called database. Database means that can store the data, and it can store a large amount of data. That's why we can use. This is the main purpose of array. Now let us see one more program. Now multi-digit. We have to find the sum of digits of a multi-digit number using array. I write a program to print sum of digits of a multi-digit number using array. Okay. Now, first of all, declare array int arr equal to new int. This time we have to store different types of digits. Different types of digits means we are assuming that maximum 10 digit number we are going to store maximum 10 digit number. So the maximum size I am taking here is 10. Now int I for the number, j for the digits, then sum equal to 0, and finally k equal to 0 for the indexing of array. Two lines for input means input stream reader and buffer reader. You can you can write yourself. Now system.out.print enter a number. Now I equal to integer.parseInt br.readline. Now we have to start the loop to split the digits. For terminator I is not equal to 0, terminator split the digits j equal to I modulus 10, and as you get the digits you have to store in the array. So store in the array arr k equal to j and k plus plus. Now update the number I equal to I divided by 10. As you get the digits in array, you have to find the sum applying the loop. For j equal to 0, j less than k and j plus plus, sum equal to sum plus arr j. Okay. Now system.out.println sum of digits equal to plus sum. In this way we can implement these concepts of array on basic problems of class 9. But this concept can be implemented only those problems in which we have multiple numbers. As we cannot implement this, write a program to check whether a number is even or odd. This concept cannot be implemented because we have only one number and we have to divide only by one number too. So this cannot become implemented. We can implement like write a program to print all the prime factors of a number, write a program to print all the Armstrong numbers from 1 to 1000 using array, all the palindrome numbers using array. Okay, now so you will do the practices on these concepts by yourself, and in the next class will come on the larger problems of classes and object using the array. Will solve this type of problems using array. Like we have to store the data of 10 students, their roll number, name, marks of 5 subjects. We have to calculate total average of 10 students. How can we solve this in a single program? Okay, so these concepts can be implemented on this type of problems. So we'll discuss this type of problem in the next class, but before that from the questions of class 9 you will do the practice using array. Okay, thank you.